morning. It may be different time in different zone. This is Fonton Daniel speaking here. This is an opportunity to address the Queen of England, the British government, and the entire British citizens. My name is Fonton Daniel. I am here to speak on the important issues that are affecting the former colony of the British territory, the Southern Cameroon or West Cameroon, whichever one you find familiar to you. So I urge the British Queen of England to take this, and the government of Theresa to take this as a matter of seriousness, and the Foreign Secretary, including the British Parliament. I think we have come to the point where speeches are no longer solve the main issues or the main question at stake. The first thing that I would like the British government to take into initiative is first, to dispatch the British Marine. Denounce La Republique du Cameroun, because there's no document that binds the people of Southern Cameroon with La Republique du Cameroun. There's no official document, and there's no negotiations. And therefore, the British must denounce their relationship with La Republique du Cameroun and unilaterally recognizing the sovereignty of the people of Southern Cameroon. And in addition to that, to dispatch the British Marine to enforce and recognize as a protectorate of the Southern Cameroon territory, and recognizing the self-government. And secondly, the British government must recognize the Southern Cameroon currency, the Amber currency, and to provide a collateral security that will provide to be able to function within the world monetary system. The British must give a guarantee and recognizing the Southern Cameroon. But first of all, British should also recognize that the trade by barter, which existed previously, did not require a foreign currency to guarantee. And therefore, if British cannot use the opportunity and guarantee, then we will allow the currency to float in the main market without any official guarantee until we are able to find a stability within the Southern Cameroon currency market. We also want the British government to allow the opportunity whether the people of Southern Cameroon would like a parliamentary system of government or the congressional form of government, especially the one in the United States, or the British parliamentary system of government, the one in UK. And it is an opportunity for the Queen of England to take this as a matter of urgency. You will remember that when the British Queen of England received a delegation of the Southern Cameroon at the Queen's house in London, when the Queen was still very young, there was not La Republique present during the state visit of the Southern Cameroon. And yet, the Queen of England deliberately ignored the value and the fundamental principles of the rule of law. And therefore, the people of Southern Cameroon has risen. And to ensure that their citizens and their territory are respected within the jurisdictions. The people of Southern Cameroon was never a conquered territory of the neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroun. Neither was it a colonial territory of La Republique. And yet, the citizens find it inadmissible, in difficulty, when they are being brutally murdered by the La Republique terrorist government. Our people deserve something better. We have come to the conclusion that we are no longer part of La Republique, and we have deemed unnecessary for La Republique to engage in any fighting with our citizens. We also want to assure the British Queen that the current Prime Minister appointed by La Republique is a tool used by La Republique and not represent the people and the aspiration of the people of Southern Cameroon. I am here speaking directly from the great state of Texas, and that the Queen should recognize. I would have urged the Queen and the Commonwealth of Nations to terminate immediately the relationship of the unity that established with La Republique in respect to the people of Southern Cameroon, because we and the citizens all over the world, including those at home, urge the British Crown to do justice for equal justice. The Justice Department or the court in England declared itself incompetent to rule a case, but I think the government is competent to acknowledge the mistake made in the past. And it's time the British to join the citizens of the Southern Cameroon, and let's move forward and recognizing the people of Southern Cameroon. Another issue is that I would like the British Queen of England and the government of Theresa May to provide a military training system of the people of Southern Cameroon, including the police force, the police force, the army in all different branches, the infantry, the air force, and other branches of the Ambazonian military force. It is imperative that the Queen of England and the Theresa May government take this as an opportunity to utilize their office. This is not a time for speeches that is constantly going on. It's time for taking actions, and let's move forward. We also urge the Queen of England to ask La Republique to demilitarize its forces out of Southern Cameroon, and that we no longer be part of La Republique du Cameroun. We also want the British Parliament to use words of actions and not words of messages, and not word of advice, and not word of this. It's word of actions. We understand that the British has, alongside, frustrated the people of Southern Cameroon by arbitrarily taking the document that was given by the United Nations to La Republique, as though they believe that the people of Southern Cameroon are incapable to manage themselves, and that the Francophones are the people too. But at this moment and at this juncture, I am urging the Queen of England to take a retrospective view of the people of Southern Cameroon and their quest for freedom, and that the British government must understand that the citizens have got enough of La Republique du Cameroun, and that the currency of the Southern Cameroon is imperative, and that the people must forge ahead, irrespective of the fluctuation in the market. But our citizens must have a common monetary value that they will acknowledge and that they will use as a medium of exchange for goods and services across the Southern Cameroon boundary. I also want to thank the United States government. The United States government has played a key role, whereas British government is dragging behind. But I think the Parliament is now rising from slumber. But I want to take the moment to thank the United States government, the State Department, the U.S. Permanent Mission to the United Nations. We know at this moment when the United Nations is the most corrupted system in the face of this earth planet, and the leadership of the United Nations is disgraceful to the world community that has chosen bribery and scandal over the will of the people, and money has destroyed the aspect of the United Nations. But however, I urge the British Queen, the government of Theresa May and the Foreign Secretary to take this advice and to recognize the people of Southern Cameroon and to dispatch the British Marine and support the sovereignty of the people of Southern Cameroon. I know United States government has already indicated their interest, and they have done it tremendously, including the U.S. ambassador to the Republic. He has worked relentlessly and to ensure that the people have deserved something better. But I want to thank the United States and the fellow citizens of these great nations for the continuous support for the self-realization of the government of the people of Southern Cameroon. And this is Fulton Daniel. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for watching, and that we are together, fellow brothers and sisters in Ground Zero. We shall never relent our effort and quest for the freedom, because freedom is what we need. We know that there is certain massacre that has occurred in part of our territory. We also should understand that there will be no smooth without any scheming that surround us. But we shouldn't take that as a matter of fact to quest our effort for sovereignty. This is Fulton Daniel speaking here from the great state of Texas, here in the United States. Wish you all a wonderful day.